this mic stand? I do not, no. I probably should use one. That way I could remember the words and everything. As usual, I never know what to play. I'm just going to come and experiment.
Michael Greenleaf, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. As always, thanks to Glenn for running sound and to Cowboy Rex for running the video. Let's try a couple of things that are, I think, are touching. I think there's probably a couple other people here that are as old as I am. Some of us kind of remember the 60s. She lives in the park near the old Hall of Flowers, sleeps in the dark where the wind blew for hours, till the dawn comes to call her out from under the bushes. Now she wanders the streets with the punks and the pushers. She's a panhandle lady the world has forgotten. It's a long way from Woodstock to the corner. She remembers a time she went dancing through rainbows when the Grateful Dead played for free in the meadow. She comes from Virginia. She calls herself Trudy. She was young and alive, an American beauty. Now she reaches for courage in a brown bag of ripple. It's a chilly wind that's blowing through the city, but she will rise, rise, rise on that old road to glory from this sacred ground. She will rise, rise, rise. She's just taking a long way home. It was the summer of love, a time when the children came together as one, the innocent pilgrims in their old vans and buses. They came to the city wearing headbands and beads, dancing and singing. There was love in the hate, with the zodiac turning and marijuana burning on the corner. And Trudy was there. She had an old man she called Bobby. They were eager to share all the clear light and the poppies with their brothers and sisters who were looking for freedom, and the family couch could be called on if needed. But Trudy went crazy when the acid came flashing through the hearts and the minds of the dreamers. But she will rise, rise, rise on that old road to glory from this sacred ground. She will rise, rise, rise. She's just taking a long way home. Now she's ragged and worn. Her skin is like leather, she'll hide from the storm. In the Golden Gate heather, there's room in the shelter, but Trudy don't want it. She'll stay in the park and wait for Nirvana. She's lost in the flowers, all alone on the mountain, while the age of Aquarius is dawning. She will rise, rise, rise on that old road to glory from this sacred ground. She will rise, rise, rise. She's just taking the long way home. She is taking the long way pretty sweet to be able to play in this place. Thanks to the Genesis Church for housing us here. Let me see. Here's a song I love that I think I love it because it kind of is about some basic human, I like to think of as American principles or character traits that I think sometimes get forgotten, you know. The scene was a small roadside cafe. The waitress was sweeping the floor. Two truck drivers were drinking their coffee. Two oaky kids by the door. How much for them candies, they asked her. Well, how much have you got? She replied. We've only a penny between us. Well, them's two for a penny. She lied. And the daylight grew heavy with thunder. Smell of the rain on the wind. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again. Now one truck driver called to the waitress after the kids went outside. Well, them candies ain't two for a penny. So what's it to you? She replied. In silence they finished their coffee, got up and nodded goodbye. She called, hey, you left too much money. So what's it to you? They replied. And the daylight grew heavy with thunder. Smell of the rain on the wind. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again. Ain't it just like a human? Here comes that rainbow again.
Michael Greenleaf. When I grow up, I want to be Michael Greenleaf.
Thank you so much.
That was beautiful. Thank you, Michael. You are set.